Good morning, family. This is Aunt Beth. Welcome to my lamppost. So today we're in Psalm 47, and I have two images that are so strong in my mind about this that I'm going to talk about both of them. So the first one is in verse 4. He will choose our inheritance for us, the excellence of Jacob whom he loves. Selah. Choose our inheritance. Two images flashed into my mind when I read this that just blessed me. But I don't know if for Christmas or at a birthday or any gift giving occasion you received something that was just so perfect you didn't know that you wanted it, but it was just right. And that's like God choosing our inheritance for us, I thought of Queen Esther in the Old Testament, where she has to go before the king, and she's at least smart enough to tell the chamberlain, who is in charge of all the clothes, that he should pick, because the object wasn't to please herself, but to please the king, and therefore she would be accepted. So he chose something, I'm sure, that complimented her very well, but also he knew that the king would like. He chose for her, knowing the future, knowing the situations, and when my mom was dying, she called us girls together, me and my two sisters, and sat us down on her bed and gave us specifically different pieces of jewelry, her good jewelry from her collection. And not so much the piece of jewelry was lovely, but it was the fact that my mom gave it to me. And I don't know as I would have necessarily have chosen that if I had like full access and whatever, and not thinking about anybody else. But it means a lot to me because my mom chose those pieces for me. Well, God has chosen your inheritance for you, my inheritance for me. Knowing what's ahead, knowing our skill levels, knowing our personalities, knowing what works for us and what doesn't, He has chosen our inheritance for us. And the biggest part of that inheritance is Jesus. He chose Jesus for us. That just blesses me. When you're in the world and you don't even know that that's the one thing that you need the most. But anyway, the second part that really blessed me, and I hope it blesses you, is the last verse, verse 9. And I put the text of the verses of the Psalms where you click on the word more, but verse 9. The people of the God of Abraham, the princes of the people have gathered together. The people of the God of Abraham, for the shields of the earth belong to God. He is greatly exalted. Well, you're the shield. You're the shield. So part of our inheritance, I believe, is to guard, protect the earth and the people that are in our lives. But it's interesting, I looked up the Hebrew, and when you were in battle, you had two shields. one that was sort of like a big belt buckle that supported you, kept everything together, like I think like one of those, people that lift a lot of weights, they have a big band buckle, and buckle to support themselves. And it's actually called the buckler. I wonder if that's where they got the word buckle, but anyway, it's called a buckler. And it's the small one. So you have a small one that protects like your gut and helps you keep things together. And then you have the big one. And Psalm 91, let me see, I got it written down here. Psalm 91 talks about truth shall be thy shield and buckler. That's the thing that helps you keep it together and standing. And Ephesians 6:14 was talking about the prayer armor, the armor of God. It says, having girded your waist with truth. So that buckler is truth. It'll support you, it'll help you keep things together, but you're the shield. I mean, the shield is truth, but you're a part of the shield for the earth to defend and protect and guard and guide it. I think that's part of our inheritance. Going back to verse 4, I think that's part of our inheritance. But so you're the buckler. God calls you. The shields of the earth belong to God. So there you go. It's kind of exciting. So I guess we better open up our Christmas presents, accept our inheritance, and buckle up. Anyway, I hope you have a fantastic day. All God's best.